What's up, everyone? Andre here, along with Joey, to discuss the latest news in the Mario movie universe, because it is a universe now. I'm calling it. They're making a whole cinematic universe.
Nintendo cinematic, Smash Bros. Cinematic universe.
Yes.
Let's go.
It has to be building to that, right? I hope so.
Yes.
All right, that's not why we're here, though. We're here to talk about, for one, the news of there being a Super Mario Bros. Movie direct tomorrow, including, I say including, I imagine it's pretty much going to be the entirety of it, being a new trailer, maybe with like a little preamble from Miyamoto or something like last time. Maybe we'll get some more kind of borderline awkward introductions from the cast, perhaps.
I hope so. I hope we get another Koopas moment from Chris Pratt.
Oh, so
stomping
good.
Koopas. It was like, was it a cue card there, Chris? What's going on?
So good. I really hope so. And furthermore, though, there have been some leaks, everyone. There have been some leaks. Nothing major. But actually, I take that back. I mean, they are major in the sense that it does reveal something big about the movie, which I personally am excited for. But in the grand scheme of things, it's not. I think it's something that we'd find out pretty early into the movie, probably even in tomorrow's trailer. So I don't think it's that big of a leak. But if you want to go into tomorrow's trailer without knowing anything, you may want to tune out now because we're gonna be talking about it, right, Joey?
Right. I'm so ready to talk about this.
I am too. Chat, before we get into it, how are we sounding? Are we sounding good? Are you ready? Are you here with us? Can you hear the music okay? Let us know how the audio levels are. But Joey, as we get into it here, how surprised were you by the reveal of us getting a Mario movie trailer tomorrow?
Completely surprised. This caught me and a lot of people off guard. Like I remember actually Triss was the one who was just like, "Hey, look at this," in our Discord, and I'm like, what? Because I think we were all expecting at least maybe something either at the Game Awards next week or just something in general next month. Mm-hmm. Because I'm so proud of myself for how I nailed this in my trailer predictions video that I did before the first trailer, was like how Illumination does their trailers. Like their first trailer is always like 2.5 minutes long, 1 or 2 scenes from the movie pretty much, and that's exactly what happened. And their second trailer is more traditional. I forget how long the length is, but it's always like 3 months apart, right? But here we're going to be barely 2 months out from the first trailer.
Yeah.
The first trailer came out last month, and it's just like, it's still like 2 months, a little bit less than 2 months. It's not like we're waiting 1 month and then 1 month, but still it was just like, wow, that's how soon this second trailer is coming.
It's shocking. Yeah, I did not expect it anywhere. I say anywhere. I mean, I was kind of expecting it to be at the Game Awards, which is next week, I believe, right? Or
yes.
Yeah, next week. So I guess it wasn't that far off the mark, assuming, we don't know for sure it won't be there or not, though I think its odds of being there now just dropped a lot. But with that said, that aside, I was not expecting it, this soon, this month. Again, just, the month after we had the first trailer. That's shockingly quick, and it really shows you that they're ramping up marketing, like, fast on this. And that's exciting. On the other hand, we're gonna be finding out more about it, and I'm afraid that we're gonna find out too much more. And for better or worse, this is the movie like I'm gonna be looking at everything for, like we all are, just because it's our job. And it's exciting on the one hand. On the other hand, it's like, I wish I could go into the movie not knowing anything, but that's probably not gonna happen. So.
Right. Even if I wasn't doing this for a job, I'd still consume everything. Nice. I'm not the kind of guy that's like, I applaud people who just don't watch any trailers for anything until the movie or game comes out. I'm not that way. I'm like, nope, give it to me. I need to know. We got a super chat from Disney Duncan, our good friend Disney Duncan. Is this the start of the NCU? God, I hope so. Let's be realistic about this for a bit, though, Andre. I do want to talk about like how possible a Nintendo cinematic universe is within it. Like if we're talking just Nintendo, even now, the more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm.
Oh no!
Like if they were to come out with a Zelda movie, if they were to come out with like, I don't know, a Kirby movie. Yeah, okay. If they were to come out with a Zelda movie or like a Kirby movie even, I don't think they would like combine forces maybe. But I think it's more likely than a Smash Bros. Cinematic universe where they feature Sonic the Hedgehog movie, the upcoming Metal Gear Solid movie, Detective Pikachu even. I don't know, it's just stuff that I dream about,
Yeah, that'd be interesting if they go to that extent. Yeah, that'd be wild. Like full on bringing in like all the movie universes. I don't foresee that. At best, I think it would be some kind of Nintendo, crossover event. Maybe Smash Brothers-esque, but not quite to the same expansiveness that Smash has now turned into. But yeah, I mean, any level crossover would be super fun. But and we're already getting a small amount of that with the Mario movie, with how DK is here. Although, he is technically part of the Mario universe. He's kind of like riding that line, right? Especially these days, where it's more of his own thing. But that is, I guess I do want to get into, what do you think we should start off with? Should we start off with the leaks first, or our predictions for tomorrow? Because they both kind of like inform the other to a degree, I think.
Right. I think we could start with our predictions and like be informed based on like the leaks that we saw. But with those predictions. But first, we have another super chat from Seb the Gamer Entertainment. And here's another one from Since the Second Wave stream. Oh, thanks, man. Hope you guys will be looking forward to it tomorrow. Oh, man. We are all so excited for this.
We are stoked. Yeah, no, legit, I almost want to start with the leaks now, just because that's what got me so excited.
Let's do it. Yeah.
All right, let's do it. All right, chat. Once again, if you don't want to know any potential spoilers for tomorrow's trailer, tune out now, because we're going to spoil it. Because I saw, some leaked images, apparently, came out somehow. I don't know. It's so odd to me that they came out at the same time as the news of the direct tomorrow. I don't know if someone's just sitting on them until that, but somehow they got out there. Most of them don't show. We have one of a better look at almost the same, a similar look to the movie poster we already had. It has more characters on it, though. It has Peach, for instance, which was already leaked before as well, but we get a better look at her. We see Bowser there. We see Toad holding a like a frying pan for some reason. So nothing too big there. The big one, on top of a few other promotional images, but the big one, again, tune in if you don't want to hear this, is we see Mario and Luigi in front of a Mario Brothers plumbing van, showing they have their own plumbing business as they're holding a plumber, a plunger and a wrench, I think, respectively, or something of that nature, in what appears to be, it is straight up New York City. They are on literally Brooklyn Street. There is a Brooklyn Bridge in the background, and it is very clearly New York City. Now, with that being said, we also see Pauline in the background too.
Right. So, okay, that was crazy. I was like, wait, Pauline's in this? What's going on? Is she the mayor of this?
I love how that's what surprised you. Like, for me, I'm like, oh my god, they're doing it! They're finally giving the lore that I've wanted forever to go back to New York. I didn't want the Yoshi's Island origin where a stork delivered them to the Mushroom Kingdom. Screw that nonsense. I'm old school. I remember back when the origin actually was they came from New York, because that's where the Mario Brothers arcade setting was. The Mario Brothers Super Show had that setting, that opening where they were sucked down the drain pipe into the Mushroom Kingdom. They had the live action segments that were also in New York, and that's just how it's always been for me. Even the original Mario movie had that. So it was so awesome to see that's what they appear to be doing here. New York City is their origin.
Okay, is it New York City? I thought it was Brooklyn, though.
Well, Brooklyn, New York. So it's So
I don't know. I feel like you defended some Brooklyn people by saying it's from New York City. You know how they get.
They're right next to the bridge. Connects the two. They're right next to each other. Yeah. The difference is very minor.
I love how the street line. I don't even think there is a Brooklyn street in
I don't think there
those
is.
Cities, but I love how they're just like, in case you have any doubts that this is Brooklyn, we're not only going to show the Brooklyn Bridge, there's straight up street signs that say Brooklyn on them. I love that. And Andre, I love that you're excited for this, but I wasn't super surprised. I always thought that was going to be the plan from the very beginning, is that it was going to be, I forget, isekai is what it's called. That's what it's called when a story... Water. Yeah, exactly. Fish out of water story. And that's always what Mario has been. I loved it when people said, oh no, they're making Mario isekai. That's literally what he's always been. As you kept saying, Andre, that's what it was like from the Super Mario Bros. Super Show from the beginning. And I love that that's what they're doing here. And this poster just confirmed it, unless it's a very well-made fake, which I highly doubt it is.
We don't know for sure it's real, but it has to be real. Like, the amount of detail here, the fact that models are completely on point. I am 100% certain that these are real images. So Joey, I hear you, like, in that I too thought it made sense, but this is the Nintendo where Miyamoto says some weird things about Mario over the past 10 to 15 years. Like how he's only 25 years old, how how he always pictured them as being in a play and not actually being these characters in this world. Or how Mario, like, there was a point where he wasn't even a plumber anymore. Nintendo seemed to backtrack on that, but there was a period of time where Nintendo didn't even consider him to be a plumber anymore. I was like, what are you doing, Nintendo? And with Yoshi's Island 2 again changing his origin, I had no faith in Nintendo to do the right thing here. So the fact that they're actually renegading on their more modern changes and going back to what for me, who grew up with Mario, this is his origin story. That is so exciting to see, and I hope they lean into that into the games. And my biggest concern was that with how much crossover we've already had with Mario Odyssey here, was that maybe New Donk City was a new origin point, which isn't the worst thing. It's better, but I've always liked the idea that Mario's world, like the world Mario came from, was completely independent of the Mushroom Kingdom. It's not on the same planet. It's like a different dimension or whatever else. Now, I should mention that someone found some graffiti. Someone did point out there's some great graffiti in the background of this image that says New Donk City. It could be an Easter egg. It could also suggest maybe this actually is New Donk, and, you know, with a Brooklyn segment existing in part of it. You know, I'm actually okay with that, too. The main thing is, the point in that case would be that New Donk is clearly just a stand-in for this world's New York City. Like, the point is, it seems in either case they're treating New Donk as its own separate entity, and they somehow end up in the Mushroom Kingdom, which we already kind of knew based on Mario's reaction to it. So I like that. It's clearly based in New York City in either case, whatever its name ends up being. And more importantly, is all the characters you see in the background are styled like Mario himself, like more like, you know, instead of the weird, very humanoid, actual like real life versions from New Donk City. So
those are so creepy. I love them.
Right, they're so creepy. Like, it worked for Mario Odyssey, but it couldn't work for a movie.
And I thought that was really cool to see in the poster too, that here's, because we don't see a lot of people per se in the Mario universe, except for those Mario Odyssey looking weirdo realistic people, right? And for some reason, Pauline looked different too among them all. It's strange, right? Yeah. But yeah, it was really cool to see that, because I also got like, it's also Illuminations style in there too, reflected off of these individuals. Right. I even saw a character, a kid, I think, with a big afro. He was walking his dog, and I swear to God, that dog looked like something from straight out of Secret Life of Pets.
It did. It totally did.
Yeah, so I'm like, is this their attempt at a crossover? Who knows?
that's a crossover we get, is Secret Life of Pets with Mario.
Yes, exactly.
I will say, yeah, even though I mean, and Secret Life of Pets already takes place within like an urban environment too, so I did know some similarities there. But that aside, I really am loving how this looks. Like, that New York, that is a picture-perfect New York for Mario, I think. It actually looks very similar to, I don't know if you ever saw if you've read the art book for Mario Odyssey, but they had early drawings, early concept art from New Donk City, and it looks almost exactly like that.
I haven't seen that. I need to check it out then.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's really neat. Oh, Disney Duncan with a $5 super chat, thank you, asks or says, if we were to get a Zelda movie, I think the Wind Waker style would work best for the animation. I think that would be pretty good. Maybe
unless it's live action.
Oh, that's true. Yes, unless indeed. I think Breath of the Wild style might look a little bit better for me personally, but yeah. I know people want to see the artwork. We would love to show it to you. Unfortunately, Illumination or Universal has been very on top of copyright claims for Mario movie related stuff. We've already had a couple videos claimed or pulled off from YouTube. So we're being very careful not to show them in the video. We do have an update though. Joey did make a video update about this with a link to where you can see the images. So go click to the update. You can find the images there, and yeah.
If they're still there, hopefully.
Indeed. Now, Joey, another fun part of this update is, I already mentioned, you know, with his origin story matching like the Super Show, they actually straight up have some promo art, right, with Super Show lyrics, I think?
Yep, lyrics. I know Tom actually looked at them a little more. He said, like, these might be fake because, like, some things don't line up correctly. Right. I'm not sure about that now, but I really hope it is real just because of those lyrics. And it kind of is just, it ties again back into the first trailer too, where the traditional Mario song, do 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 do, sounds like it was ripped directly out of the Mario Bros. Super Show intro.
Yep.
So it really seems like they are taking just a lot of notes from that show.
Literally.
And literally. All right, everybody, good night. Just kidding. We do have a super chat before we get too far from Spudgy Bubby. Thank you so much for the $5. I saw the leaked image and immediately just thought, this will be Mario graphics in 2008.
2008? Come on.
This is probably what they said in the 90s, right? When we thought we'd have flying cars by 2005. So
yeah, I am just like it's I'm so happy to be this happy about the Mario movie. It's a weird thing to say. I did not expect I could be this happy about it. It seems like they're killing it. Like, maybe my opinion will change with tomorrow's trailer. I don't think it will, just because I'm feeling so confident about this. Like, everything is the right move, possibly, you know, Chris Pratt aside, but like, they're just doing everything I want them to. Like, we're seeing the Mushroom Kingdom realized in a way I never imagined it could be. We're seeing the origin story of Mario now properly being restored back to what I've always wanted. Like, this seems to be the original like 93 Mario movie, like, done right. And right. What I love too, Joey, is kind of, as you were just alluding to, with them like referencing the Super Show and all of the other references throughout it. Like, it seems like we're actually getting like Mario fans working on this. Obviously, me and Mother's over seeing the whole thing. I imagine he's still a Mario fan, but it seems like people are. I hope so. I mean, you know, he's been so close to it all these years. You know, maybe he's grown to hate it. I doubt it, but.
Right.
But it seems like people at Illumination, I imagine, like they grew up with Mario too. You know, people our age are working on this film, I imagine, and they grew up with the Super Show and the original, the arcade and NES games, and I love that. Like that's so great, and it seems that like that passion, I assume that's there, is showing through in every piece of media we're seeing from the movie.
Yeah, I think so too. And it's just the fact that Mario's been so beloved for over 40 years. Is it 40?
Right.
Yeah, 40 years.
Actually, no, that's right, over 40 now because of Donkey Kong, right?
Donkey came out in 1981, and 40 years. And now we're getting the people who've grown up with that franchise, and the people who've grown up with that franchise are like a vast amount of different ages at this point. And I even think like just the people already working on Illumination, it's hard not to find Mario fans in some way, shape, and form. Because Mario's such a widespread, popular franchise. And, you got bigger fans more so than others. But, yeah, it seems that they really did a lot of their research, I would say. And just the fact that the character models look almost, I wouldn't say, like, super one-to-one with the games. They definitely have their differences. But, like, they're not super derivative at the same time,
No.
Not like Sonic the Hedgehog movie design #1, right?
Yeah, God, no kidding. Yeah, I mean, the more I see these character models, the more I'm actually even liking them. I liked, so with the Peach leaked last month, I think, just before the trailer. And I initially really liked her design. I like it even more now seeing it again. And even Mario's growing on me more too. Seeing him in that with like in the proper context of the whole New York environment he came from, or New Donk, whatever it ends up being. Like it just looks perfect. It looks really good. And Luigi looks charming. Like they just look like a great, cute pair that is befitting of the world that they're in. And I'm just really happy with it.
Yeah, there's something about Luigi, though, especially. He looks like, for some reason, he looks way more similar to his game counterpart than Mario does. I'm not sure what it is. But yeah. And Casey, we got a chat from Casey. Thank you so much for that. Odyssey 2 was switched to after movie release. Depends on how far after the movie release, right? Mm-hmm. We're not going to see, I don't think we're going to see anything like necessarily tied to the Mario movie in terms of games. Kind of like how, Sonic Frontiers wasn't exactly tied to like Sonic the Hedgehog the movie. Right, but I mean, I'm surprised we never got Odyssey 2. I mean,
not yet.
If anything.
Yeah, I agree. I wonder. I mean, there obviously is a game in the works. Just what form is it going to take? I don't know. Is it going to be at all based on the movie or related to the movie? I would love now if we actually got to play. With how fun New Donk City is, if we actually got. Like if they actually had some interplay with a real world, maybe acting as a hub almost like New York City, that'd be so cool. Like if there were different warp pipes there that you would then take to different regions in the Mushroom Kingdom. I think that just could be a fun way of mixing it up a little bit.
Just do Mario is Missing again, okay?
There we go. Oh my god, I remember that. Oh, that game. What else did we learn from the leaks here, Joey? We haven't touched on Pauline too much yet.
No, not really. And the jury's out on if that's still Pauline. It's Pauline. Come on.
Yeah.
How could that not be?
Right, and that's another point too. Like I love that not just that it is Pauline, but just that she's the oldest character alongside Mario. She predates Luigi because she was the original princess Mario would rescue in Donkey Kong. Yeah. So I love too that she's here. And now it's making me think we haven't seen Donkey Kong yet. We know he's in the movie. So
that's kind of where my first prediction comes in.
Okay, yeah.
But first we got a chat from Dizzy Duncan. Post-credit scene. Mario, you become part of a bigger universe than you... Stop it. Stop it, Disney Duncan. I gotta finish it, though. Post-credit scene. Mario, you've become part of a bigger universe than you realized. It's a toad with an eye patch voiced by Samuel Jackson.
You know what? I'm all in.
I hope they do have an after-credit scene in this movie, but that's another prediction for another time. What I think is going to conclude this trailer... I think Donkey Kong is going to be the one to conclude this trailer in some way, shape, or form. Whether he's having like a conversation with Cranky Kong and they're like arguing about something. That's what I hope to see at some point in the trailer. Is I really want to see Donkey Kong out of all the other characters that we haven't seen yet. I don't know, maybe even show us who Charles Martinet is playing, but I think they're saving Charles Martinet's role for when the movie comes out.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. Although it sounds like, if I remember correctly, he might have multiple roles, so I guess they could show one without showing them all.
And I hope it's Waluigi and Wario, both of them. I feel like he's the only person who could do that. And he's spoken full sentences as Wario in the games. Yeah. It makes sense.
Wario. He sort of had like a whole opening segment for Wario Wear Gold that worked fine.
Yeah.
I think actually his talking voice almost works better for Wario than it does for Mario, which is funny.
I think so too. I totally agree. And we got another super chat, 299 Seb the Gamer. Thank you so much. Thoughts on Yoshi? Just no.
I mean, I love Yoshi. I don't think he's going to be here, and I almost kind of hope he's not for two reasons. One, this movie's already packed. This movie is loaded with characters. Pauline, we just found out about Pauline today in a stacked roster already. On top of like what may have been a Daisy tease we saw in the first poster, and that's not even to speak of Donkey Kong we haven't seen yet. Like there's so many characters here we don't need anymore. So I think Yoshi's actually better saved for a sequel, and I would love to if like that's our introduction to a new world, like the Mario World, Dinosaur Island, or whatever it is.
Yep, Tom Holland Yoshi. That's what Green Squid said.
Oh God, no.
Oh man, no, thank you. But that does. We also talk about another character, Spike. I was actually thinking about Spike, right? When it's like we have Mario with the Super Mario Bros. Plumbing, what's it called, truck, right?
Yeah.
But
man.
apparently, according to Sebastian Maniscalco, who plays Spike, he plays their boss, and I'm like, wait, is somebody else running the Super Mario Bros. Plumbing business?
This is actually a really interesting point. It doesn't seem to make sense on the face of it. Like, either Mario and Luigi are just really bad at running a business, and so they hired someone. I guess that's what Penny Arcade did, right? Penny Arcade, they admitted themselves, I think they weren't great at running the business. They brought in someone else to run it for them, and they just, were the faces and did the content, of course, or most of the content. Maybe it's the same thing here, but it does seem a little odd. So I wonder, is there something that predates the Mario Brothers Plumbing? Like, maybe they're working somewhere else, and they decide to strike it on their own for some reason. It seems like too many steps, though.
Question.
It seems almost unnecessary, but...
I mean, he also probably just didn't really know much about the role.
I mean, it does make sense. I mean, well, you're probably not wrong there, but, like, it sounds like he was playing an actual human character. He was Mario and Luigi's boss. So how does he fit in? How does a foreman, like, character fit into this? Like, is Mario Brothers Plumbing a side job, maybe? Like...
Probably. That's a good question. Yeah. I guess that's one of the things I also kind of want to get answered. Maybe, right. or maybe just see Spike in the trailer. We got some super chats, more super chats. Rafe Alfaro, hey guys, if this movie is a success and surpasses expectations, what do you think Nintendo's next project will be? Either TV series or movie? Cheers. Oh, that's a great question.
I got two ideas.
What do you think it's going to be? Yeah, go on.
It's going to be either a Kirby movie, like, or some kind of Kirby media, either movie or maybe another TV show. I think movie, yeah. Or I think Zelda. I mean, I think Zelda's another one of their big ones that they have to do something with at some point.
Absolutely, yeah. And Kirby just recently saw huge success with Forgotten Land.
Exactly.
And yeah, so that kind of goes to your point. And yeah, I think it's Zelda more than anything. Zelda's just, they already had plans to. I know they were planning to make that Netflix series, but then they just didn't do it for whatever reason. So sad, right? Whether it's live action or animated, I don't know. Just make it good. Just make it good. And I think a lot of people are going to lean towards animation, and I believe that's what Nintendo's playing to as well, because they just love their animation art styles.
Thanks for the super chat, Rafe. We've got another one here from Alan who asks, after credits won't be NF Toad, it'll be Palutena. NF Toad.
What?
Nintendo, what's the NF stand for in this case?
I think it's NFT.
Oh, wait, it won't be NF Toad? It'll be a Palutena.
I don't know.
Palutena,
Alan,
you know what?
Elaborate.
a Kid Icarus Uprising character would be a good one to do the whole crossover element, because they're already about breaking that fourth wall anyway. So that might be and with Palutena as like a literal god, it kind of makes sense for her to be the one to maybe do that.
Oh, so. Nick Fury Toad.
Nick Fury Toad. Okay, that makes way more sense. All right. I did like the idea of NFT Toad, though.
I was thinking Samuel L. Jackson Toad. This is what I thought, but yeah.
Got it. Thanks, Alan. Appreciate that. Yeah, so do you think, Joey, tomorrow, getting back, real quick, Disney Duncan, another super chat, thank you, Disney Duncan. TV series, you said, Nintendo Plus. Oh, could you imagine? We're never going to get that, at least while we're alive, but I hope not. I hope
we don't get that.
Yeah.
There's too many streaming services.
There is, exactly. There's way too many, but that would be fun if there was enough of them to do such a thing. Let's get back to our predictions for tomorrow then. Do you think we're going to see New York in the flesh tomorrow? Does New York have flesh? Do you think we're going to see it in action?
I'd be very concerned if New York had flesh. This is like, walking around. Ew, what am I stepping? I think so. I think if it's part of this poster, that means we're going to see at least a glimpse of it. I think maybe what the trailer is going to be tomorrow, depending on how long it is. We mentioned that their French ratings board, whatever it's called, I think it was French or British. So one of those European guys came out and rated a Mario trailer that was 1:30, which is a bit on the shorter side. Yeah. Not super short, though. So it depends on what we'll see. Maybe it will be like a kind of plot summary of what's going on. And I think New York naturally has to take part in that if the Mario Brothers are getting transported to the Mushroom Kingdom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so are you expecting more of a conventional trailer tomorrow rather than like the series of sequences that we saw in the first one?
I hope so. Although with thinking about the poster that they showed off that's set in Princess Peach's castle, maybe they, instead of a conventional or a traditional trailer, they'll show a scene focusing more, one or two scenes focusing more on Princess Peach.
Mm-hmm.
That's a likely, that's something that I think is likely there if we were to consider the poster.
100%. Yeah, the fact that we saw the interior of Peach's castle is a big, like, that's obviously what they're pointing us to. We're going to see Peach, we're going to hear Peach tomorry, and that's exciting. But we had not heard her yet, and we haven't even officially seen her outside of leaks, and that's exciting because I really like what they did with her character model. I think it was Mike from I forget his last name, Mike Minotti from
Minotti, yeah,
Minotti from is Giant Bomb? No, Game Mess Mornings, whatever it is. I get all these people confused. He was saying on Twitter how he actually prefers this character model to the actual in-game one. I think I agree. I like how this Peach looks more. I mean, we'll see for sure in action tomorrow. But I've never been too huge on the modern Peach's appearance. She's always looked a bit like an airhead to me. Maybe it's her general style. So I'm really excited to see how she comes across in the movie, especially with what's her name, Anna Taylor.
Yeah, Anya Taylor-Joy.
Taylor-Joy, thank you. I was going to call her Thomas. Anna Taylor-Thomas.
Anya Taylor-Thomas. Yeah, I want to know what she's going to do. Is she going to raise her voice? Because she has a pretty standard,
she does, yeah,
deep-ish voice. So I wonder what she's going to do with it. That's what I want to know.
Spligand asks, wait, is this movie a musical? I don't know where that question came from, but we don't know at this point, but it could be. Because we've had two things now. We've had, what is the second thing? We've had Jack Black say he does sing in the movie. I think
Michael Key improvised a song, he said.
Which
could be something just as simple as like a 5-second blurt of him just singing some song and it being a cappella. Who knows?
Does Anna Taylor, does she sing?
Does she? I don't remember her being in a musical.
Okay.
Who knows?
Yeah. I guess you don't have to have the actors necessarily singing as the characters. Like Disney movie swaps characters all the time, but it does seem to be falling a little bit out of fashion. It seems like we had The Rock singing in Moana, and he was awesome in that. So Tara says Girl Boss Peach. That's right. That was one of the posters, right? Did it say something of that nature?
Girl Boss Peach? I don't remember.
I thought one of them did. I definitely been hearing people say that at the least. So.
Oh, okay. Funny comment from Griffin. Anya Taylor-Joy saying in the Playmobil movie. You know what's funny? When I did my video last year on like the cast, I totally forgot to mention she was in the Playmobil movie because the Playmobil movie made approximately $10 worldwide at the cinemas. So I forgot it existed. So yeah, fun fact for you guys.
Yeah. So I don't know, Joey. Do you want it to be a musical or not? What do you think?
I don't want it to be a musical. Hands down, no. No musical, maybe 1 or 2 musical segments max, and one of them or both of them has to be Jack Black. Otherwise, no musical. I feel like it would be out of character for Mario.
Yeah, if I had to choose, so my gut reaction, I agree with you. Like I'm fine with a song or 2. On the other hand, though, I used to really not be a fan of musicals, but at some point I switched over and I actually do quite like them. But the key is that they're done well. Like Moana, great music. Encanto, amazing soundtrack again. I love those. And if they can match that level for a Mario movie, yes, sign me up. I want it. I'm not that confident in that as I am in the rest of the movie so far. We haven't seen anything, to be fair. They could kill it. But my inclination is to think it's safer to do it as a non-musical, with just a couple of musical segments. And that could be great, especially with having Jack Black as Bowser. I'm really excited to see that or hear that, if they have it. Me too. I don't know if we're going to hear it tomorrow.
Probably not. I don't think so. That they're going to save that for the movie. Lego fan up in here with the super chat. Thank you so much. If you look up the Mario movie, underneath the About section on the right side, it potentially spoils what might be the plot of the movie.
Okay, so
interesting.
I've been trying to go. There was a potential or a supposed script leak a few months ago. I don't know if anyone in the chat's been following it. I didn't look into it. I don't know whether that was legit or not. I still don't know. I didn't read it at all originally. So yeah, I'm trying to walk a line here of not wanting to know too much. And luckily, I don't think today's leak spoiled all that much about what's happening tomorrow. I do wonder if, like, would I have been more excited to see it in the context of the trailer that they're actually in seemingly New York, but I'm not too worried about that. I was so excited today from that. But yeah, I definitely don't want to know the plot of the full movie, even if I imagine a lot of it's probably fairly standard, you know. But you know, at this point we don't even know, like, is Peach going to be kidnapped here? Like, are we going to see that tomorrow? Is she going to be a typical, like, you know, maiden in distress like it has been for a lot of the Mario games?
She is going to kidnap Bowser, calling it.
That'd be amazing. That would be amazing.
Yeah, have you talked about your predictions yet? I don't know if we got to that yet.
No, we haven't yet. Boss Guy, yeah, Jake did make a video on the script, and Jake can't even remember. I asked Jake if it was the same, if the links match up with the script, and he couldn't even remember what the script was. So
probably bet for the best.
Yeah, I think it's for the best. So I'm just looking.
I remember him saying it was bad, and that concerned me. But again, we don't know if they line up. So.
Red Guy says, has anyone read the direct's description? Is that the spoiler that someone's talking about? So I
will look into it right now.
Okay, yeah, well,
because they have a thing scheduled for it right now.
Got it. In the meantime, I'll go over my expectations for tomorrow. Yeah, I think I'll open with. I mean, I guess I'm expecting a typical trailer, minute and a half, as Joey said. Probably made of multiple scenes. I think I'll open with a longer scene, maybe, you know, 20-30 seconds, just maybe not even that long actually, but it's going to establish New York. Like, we are going to see Mario in New York. We're going to see what they do, but that's how they get to the Mushroom Kingdom. Like, that's how we're going to get there. It doesn't make sense to show that out of sequence, and I'm almost certain that's the first thing that's going to happen in the movie too. So that's definitely how it's going to open. Beyond that point, I literally have no freaking clue. My only other thought, Joey, my other prediction I had is we haven't seen DK yet, and I have two thoughts of that. One, maybe he's not here at all. And it is odd that he's not been in any of the promotional material leaked alongside this, and maybe they're holding out on him for the next one. But another part of me wonders is, like, maybe he's the key to this whole thing, because with especially now that Pauline is in the main world, like in the real world, we don't even know what her role is. Is she mayor here too, or what? But I wonder, like, is she and Donkey Kong the gateway into the Mushroom Kingdom? Like, does DK kidnap her maybe and drag her into the Mushroom Kingdom? Like, I don't even know anymore. I don't know.
So funny
but
and cool.
I would like, with how this movie seems to be acting as a unifying, like, Mario, like, theory and lore of everything, like, that could be it. Like, if he kidnaps Pauline, that's our Donkey Kong origin right there. That takes us to the Mushroom Kingdom. That's our origin of Mario now. Like, it all seems to be kind of adding up, but I wonder if that isn't what they're leading into here.
And we have to remember, Cranky Kong is technically the first Donkey Kong.
Well, and he is in the movie too.
Is there a time jump? Does time not progress as slow as the real world? Who knows what's going on?
Real quick, Seb the Gamer with another super chat. Thank you. Says, I'm imagining that they sing SR, Seth Rogen, Jen, LOL. I don't even know what
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I don't know what that means either. Thank you, Sub the Gamer. If you clarify, we'll look into that.
Hold on, what's this? Oh, hey, Imagine.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So, like, the song Imagine. I see.
Now,
I think. Okay, whatever.
Getting back to the New York thing for a moment, I'm also happy that it seems to disprove some insane theories, possibly from Jake. I don't think anyone took him seriously, but, like, the fact that, you know, maybe there's an actual, like, IRL, like, real life film portion to this movie where Mario, like, is sucked into a game or something, like, you know, and he becomes a virtual version of his real life self. I'm so glad that does not seem to be the case here. Like, I'm glad New York exists within this cartoonized context.
Yeah, seriously, this ain't Captain N the Game Master, kid. Like, no, we're not doing
that
today.
Yeah, no Captain N. Yeah, so I'm glad for that. I'm trying to think of what else though. Like, I mean, I think we'll see more Bowser. I think we have to see, like, we have to see. Here's the thing: we don't know what the driving force is of this movie yet. We don't have that. All we know is Mario's a fish out of water. We assume he's going to try and get back to the main world, maybe? We don't even know that much. Like, maybe he's happy there. We don't know what his drive is. Is he trying to get back? Is he rescuing a princess? Is he... I mean, I assume the Power Stars are going to factor in from Bowser rescuing in the first case.
For sure.
So we know Mario's going to need to stop Bowser, but we haven't seen that contextualized properly within the world yet. So we're going to find out that tomorrow. I think we're going to see what's Mario's drive here.
I think so too. Yeah, and we got another super chat from Seb, DK rap reference.
I hope. Man. Oh my god, that'd be great.
And there's another chat from Griffin. Not a super chat, but it's just a regular chat. Do you think the Super Mario Bros. Movie could be a movie franchise for Illumination? 100,000%. 1,000% if it makes enough money. And there's no way it's not going to make a lot of money. It's Mario.
Yeah. Like we don't fully know how the licensing works here, whether Nintendo and Illumination are splitting it or if Illumination paid a licensing fee. As far as I'm aware, that we're not made privy to that. But obviously Illumination is not going to blow years and tons of money into a movie where they don't have like a financial incentive to do so. And I imagine being able to make the sequels or spin-offs is probably part of that. So I think weren't there already rumblings, maybe rumors of like a DK movie at some point?
Yes. I don't know if it was a movie or a show. I think it was probably a movie. And we got that Donkey Kong extension coming to the Super Nintendo world. So, yeah, they're definitely planning to expand this little Mario universe they got going on.
Indeed. Disney Duncan with another $5 super chat. Thank you, Disney Duncan. Says Zelda movie cast Sonny Suljic. Thank you. As Link and Christopher Judge as Ganondorf. I don't know who either of those people are, but
I know who they are, Andre.
Are they
Sonny Suljic is Atreus, and Christopher Judge is Kratos in God of War.
Oh, okay. Got it.
So basically, it would make sense. But it's just just being funny in the chat. It's okay. It's bringing a tear to my eye.
Lego fan brings up a point. We haven't even touched much on Peach's Castle. They say, can we talk about how beautiful Peach's Castle looks? It looks gorgeous. Yes. Yeah, we've been talking more about the leaks, and Peach's Castle kind of got overshadowed by this. It looks great. I love that. Having the stained glass on the interior, genius. I love that. And so now,
so good.
Yeah. So now, and it seems to be I mean, Joe, you made a whole video about this now.
Yep.
It seems to be basically the interior of Mario Odyssey.
It's exactly, the stained glass is almost exactly the same as it is in Super Mario Odyssey. The interior is different, of course, because, with the placement of the stained glass and the throne and whatnot, and it just looks way better in the movie, of course, because you're dealing with a pre-rendered, basically 90-minute cutscene, right?
Exactly.
But yeah, it still just looks absolutely incredible. And I need to talk about this too, because man, Illumination, a lot of people forget that maybe not, they don't forget, but many people were very concerned when Illumination was tasked with this movie, because they make pretty safe movies, pretty safe animated movies, visually, artistically, story-wise, stuff like that. Already, this is shocking. This looks shockingly good for an Illumination film from that first trailer. Their lighting technology is so incredible, and the detail in the environments, it's on a whole other level that I'm used to seeing from Illumination. And it makes sense, because this is a big project for them. Huge project. They could have given this to Walt Disney. They could have given this to even DreamWorks. And instead they were tasked with it. So that's part of the reason why it took so long too, because it's like they got to get it right.
I think part of it might be too is that Illumination is a big studio, and I know like the Despicable Me movies and Minion stuff all does really well. But I think too, like, I don't know, they could have even gotten DreamWorks or Pixar. Like I think they're all about owning their own IP. Like, would they want to work with licensee? So they may have been kind of forced to use Illumination. I know a lot of people were concerned initially, but yeah, it seems like they've done so much to assuage my fears of how that could turn out. But yeah, it looks beautiful, as you said. Like, seeing their snow tech, that looked great. Like, it all looks just so good. And you could tell me it's a Pixar movie or DreamWorks movie, I'd believe it. Like, it's clear that they've had to, if not step it up, like, deliver at the top of their game. I know the Sing movies also look pretty good, I think. I didn't watch them, but like, the trailers look pretty good. This may be a step beyond those even.
So much, yeah.
And yeah, they just really happy with the art design, the tech on display here. It's all looking good. Like, now I want a Mario game to look like this. Like, again, you look at Peach's Castle, which I'm in right now. Isn't that cool? Like, I'm living here, and it just looks great. Like that, just like they nailed like the regal look that they need to aim for. Like, it looks so much better than any of the in-game versions, of course. And I love the tall windows as well. My only concern is, I don't think it's much of one, but I think my concerns will be addressed. But in Mario Odyssey, the interior, this was it. This was the one room. It was super weird. So I'm hoping there's rooms off to the sides here. I imagine that there are, and it's not just this weird stylized throne room, which is great here, but there has to be more, and I imagine that there is. But
there need to be toilets in there.
Yes, I need to see what toilets they use. But yeah, so I want the castle to feel like a place Princess actually lives in. I hope we actually see more of it. Whether it's her bedroom or, I don't know, a dining hall or something. I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, it'd be so weird if like in the context of a video game, having one room is fine. Like whatever.
Exactly.
In a movie, doesn't make sense.
No, I mean, look at New Donk City. Like it's a block that floats in the air somehow. Like the roads literally lead off into nothing. It's
where are those cabs going?
Yeah, exactly. What? I mean, you do have that one cab flying around in the background. So I don't know. Maybe they all can fly. True. Who knows? Hopefully. All right, I want to get back to one thing real quick, Joey, that you brought up, like the whole Donkey Kong and Cranky Kong thing. I don't know what's going to happen here, because as you said, the original plot was that the original Donkey Kong was Cranky Kong, and the modern DK was his grandson, I believe, or his son, DK Jr., I guess, who grew up. But then Nintendo's gone back in that story in more recent years, really the last 15, 20 years, and now Donkey Kong has always been the same Donkey Kong, and Cranky Kong is the new character on top of it, and just exists as an elder to Donkey Kong.
Yeah, they'll probably just stick with that.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think I always liked the original idea better of Donkey Kong Country. Cranky Kong was the original Donkey Kong. I don't think it doesn't make sense though for this movie's bringing it all together. It just doesn't quite work in that sense. So
it also wouldn't surprise me if Donkey Kong was just like his own character in the Mushroom Kingdom somehow. Like I don't need to hear about like how he kidnapped Pauline and stuff. Like maybe that's not going to happen, but yeah, I'm very interested to see how they're going to tackle Donkey Kong's story.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I wasn't even okay. I was just gonna blabber.
Like, I almost wonder if, like, with Mario and Luigi running their own like family business here, seemingly, could there be a similar family dynamic, to kind of mirror that with Donkey Kong and Cranky Kong? Maybe they live at the zoo together, and they break out or something.
I think that'd be awesome. I'd love to see a little breakout scene from them. We do have one more super chat from Seb the Gamer. He said, "This is going to be my last donation for me today. Hope you will enjoy piping your way to the second trailer tomorrow. Peace out." Peace out, Seb. Thanks for all your kind donations.
Yep, and kind words. Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. We'll be here, of course, covering it all. Can't wait for that. But we're not done here yet. What else are you predicting tomorrow, Joey? Like, is there anything else you want to see or you expect to see as part of this trailer?
That's the thing, man. I'm not sure, like, what else beyond, like, Donkey Kong and stuff. Like, that's really all I really want to see tomorrow. Yeah, I struggle to think of any other, like, predictions or desires. I just want what I see to be good. Like, yeah. Whenever I go to the movies and I see that Mario trailer, I'm just like, oh, yes, I can't wait to watch this again. And I get a little emotional when I see coming April 7th at the end, because that's my birthday.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I'm like, dude,
that's perfect.
It takes them 28 years of my existence to come out with a Mario movie, and they do it on my 28th name day.
Oh man!
Thank you, Illumination, so much.
That's great. Yeah, no, I'm a little jealous. I'm getting nothing for my birthday this year, as far as I'm aware. So,
oh no,
yeah, it's lame. Toon Raider says this is the hypest stream. Thank you, Toon Raider. Disney Duncan with a $5 super chat. Thank you again. Says Mario shook hands with Sora. I want to see him shake hands with the Illumination boss to show what it made to make this movie. That'd be cute. Yeah, I don't know who the Illumination boss is, but
Chris Meledandri, I think.
Is he? Oh, I guess he is the. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
He should just shake hands with Gru and call it.
Yeah. I do wonder now, does Illumination have a typical opening? Like a stylized intro.
They have minions.
That's right. I've seen that.
They go Illumination and then run away.
What are they going to do for the Mario movie? We haven't seen that yet, right?
I don't know. I don't think they could do minions for this.
Yeah, I don't think Nintendo would allow that.
Nah, they're very protective. It's just like, we don't want them associated with minions. How dare you even bring that up to me? That's probably how the boardroom meeting went. I'm not sure.
I imagine. Sly Cooper Animation with a $2 super chat. Thank you. Asks, favorite Mario game? Mine is New Super Mario Brothers. Oh, wow. Definitely not mine, but I fully respect it. Thank you for the super chat. Joey, what's your favorite Mario game?
I've never been asked this question, and I've never thought of it. Oh my goodness, wow. What's wrong with me? Like, I'm a Mario fan, but I can't say I'm like a super diehard Mario fan, Off the top of my head, though, it's got to probably be Mario Galaxy 1. I don't think it's the best Mario Galaxy game. 2 is far better, but I love Super Mario Galaxy 1 for one reason and one reason only. Those darn storybooks that just make me cry every time I read them.
That storybook is amazing. Yeah, that one, that is hard to top. I think if for pure fun, Mario Galaxy 2 is my favorite. If you take into context of when it came out, Mario 64, but that just blew my mind. So I'm hoping we get some nice Mario Galaxy and Mario 64 Easter eggs here, but I don't think we've seen any from... No, wait, have we seen anything from Mario Galaxy yet? No, I don't think we have.
No, we saw an Odyssey one. What's his name? Toad had on his backpack a badge from the, what is it called? The Sand Kingdom. What, I forget what it's called, but yeah, that place.
Yeah, he had a few. He had the Cascade Kingdom, he had the Sand Kingdom, and
I think he did. I didn't notice that.
And the Mushroom Kingdom. He had 3 of them. Of course, we're in the Mushroom Kingdom, so there are 2 others. That's why I was initially concerned they were going to go all in on a potential new Donk City angle, which is why I was so freaking happy once again to see we're starting off in, again, spoilers, New York City, or again a new Donk City that's effectively New York City. I'm so happy about that. So happy.
Concrete jungle where dreams are made of.
Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to think what else can we see tomorrow? Like, I'm trying to imagine how this even goes. I hope we see more Luigi. Like, I want to see more Luigi because
I think that's confirmed. I think that's hands down confirmed there.
Especially with with some of the more promo assets we've seen today from the leaks.
Yeah, I think so too, and that's exactly why. And man, I need to hear more of that Charlie Day voice. But of course, Chris Pratt is the voice we need to hear the most.
That is, yeah. We got to the super chats in just a sec. Super chat, thank you so much. Chris Pratt, that is a big one because that is honestly perhaps the most, for lack of a better word, questionable element of this movie so far. It's a thing I myself am least sold on, even if I didn't think it was that bad. Like, I don't hate it. I think it may work fine. It's not quite what I was expecting. But it is a part that's the most iffy out there for right now, and I expect we'll hear more of it tomorrow.
Yeah, they didn't make a great first impression with that first trailer, and it's just because of the fact we didn't hear enough of it to really get a solid opinion. Because we heard him say, "What is this place?" and he sounded like normal Chris Pratt when he said that, and then he said, "Mushroom Kingdom, here we come," and then we heard a little smidge of a Brooklyn accent in there, just a smidge, and then all we heard from Charlie Day is "ah."
Exactly. Yeah. No. Right. Basically, half of what Mario said was in a bewildered type of voice. We can't even judge it accurately at this point. So I'm really curious to hear more. And I'm hoping it's good. You know, like Mario's voice is iconic, so I'm hoping that they do something that is not necessarily as iconic as that, but just more befitting the character. You know, like even though I'm one who always liked the Super Show voice too, so I don't know.
Yeah, and exactly. I think people got to remember, like Mario didn't always sound like Charles Martinet.
Yeah, exactly.
Fun fact: the first person that voiced Mario was Peter Cullen, Optimus Prime himself.
What was that in again?
That was in a commercial for Donkey Kong, I think.
Oh, wow, that's amazing. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, that's great. I was like, what? You're blowing my mind right now.
I love that. All right, let's get to the super chats. Thank you again, Disney Duncan, who says, actual post-credit scene is a tease for Luigi's Mansion movie.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Right. I would love that. Honestly, if EGAD is in the post-credits tease, I would freaking love that. I would love that so much. You know, maybe Luigi sees a ghost or sees something moving, and he falls into a forest, and then I don't know, we see EGAD just run up like, yo, I need your help, or I don't know, who knows.
Oh man, here's what needs to happen: the Mario brothers need to come back home, and then for some reason Daisy shows up, says, Mario, Luigi, I need your help.
Yeah,
and then
I love that
again.
Just like, yes, like I said, this is a great unifying movie here. This is gonna unify even the Mario movies together. I love it. All right, that was a reference to the original Mario movie, in case you didn't know.
In case you didn't know. Watch it if you can, because it's fine. It's not a terrible movie. Let's be real. It's watchable.
It's watchable. Like, especially if you go in not expecting it to be an accurate portrayal of the Mario universe. It's a fun time. GameBiter for $5. Thank you, GameBiter, with a super chat. Says instead of Minions, how about a Pokemon short before the movie starts?
He actually meant to say Pikmin short.
Oh, Pikmin. Okay, sorry. That makes way more sense.
It's fine. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And God, yes, please. That would be that would be a big surprise. Like, even if it's just Pikmin in front of the Illumination logo, I'd be like, that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that'd be cool. It would. I would love if they went all in on that. Kind of like how in the '90s, Disney, in front of several of their movies, I think they had Mickey Mouse shorts. They stopped it after a few of them, but they made Pikmin that their thing. Like, bring back the Pikmin shorts, make new ones, and have that be the intro into all these Nintendo movies. I assume there'll be more. Hey, that'd be great. Someone in the chat said, NJH, Luigi gets the invitation to the mansion. Oh yeah, there we go. Just a little letter.
Oh my god, I love that so much. That'd be so cool. Are we expecting this movie to actually have a post-credit scene though? Let's talk about that real quick. I feel like I want to see one. I don't know if they'll do it, but I want to say that they will. I feel
Yeah.
like the picking's ripe for this because everyone's talking about post-credit scene hype all around the world, all around Hollywood.
And
Yeah, I think it'd be cool.
after seeing, after seeing the Sonic movie, like how well received that post credit scene was, I think they have to. I think they have to, and I think they will. That's where they're going to tease the character for the next movie, whether it's Yoshi or Koopalings,
Wario, baby.
Waluigi. Exactly. That's where they're going to do it. So yeah, that's going to be their big tease for the next one. Like their Joker card at the end of Batman Begins or something.
Yes, that'd be so good. I feel like they would. Did I say that they? I feel like Wario and Waluigi would be a good post-credit scene because I feel like they would.
They would be. Oh my god, especially with Charles Martinet voicing both of them. I assume.
I could just picture the crowd going wild the minute for one, when they see Wario and or Waluigi, but when we hear them talk and it's definitely Charles Martinet, that's when the crowd will go wild.
This is one movie, Joey, that we have to see. Well, I mean, I hope we get into the reviewer screenings too. But even if I do, I'm seeing this opening day, baby. I gotta be. I want that energy. I gotta feel the crowd for this. Like seeing, I'm not even a Sonic guy. Hearing the audience blow up, even with reviewers there, like it was a preview event of the Sonic movie. Like hearing the room explode and tails appeared on screen in the credits is like, hell yeah, I want that for this.
So good. And what's funny? When I went to see Sonic 2, when there was a bunch of children there like, oh my gosh, it's Shadow. And I'm like, you don't know who that is. Don't lie. You don't know. Because you weren't there. You weren't even born when Shadow the Hedgehog 2005 came out. Stop it.
Superstar says, question, do you think they're going to show Foreman Spike in the second trailer of the Super Mario Brothers movie? So in case you missed it, everyone, we discussed a little bit of this earlier. We've known forever now this Foreman Spike would be in the movie because of, what's his name, Sasha...
Sebastian Maniscalco. He's got a very interesting name.
Yeah, he basically leaked that way before I imagine he was supposed to, that he would be in the movie playing Four-Man Spike. So Joey, do you think we'll see the character tomorrow?
We might. I don't want to put money on it because they'll probably just want to, depending on how long it is, if it is a minute 30, they'll probably just cut through a lot of stuff. But yeah, I feel like it is possible. I also want to know why he's their boss, even though it's their company.
Yeah, that's the part that I'm really confused about. I could see, I think he will be kind of essential. I mean, he has to be essential because he wouldn't be there otherwise. But I think it's possible he's essential to the story, but that they can convey what they need to without showing him in this trailer. So I don't know. We'll see. I think there's a good chance we will see him, but I don't know for sure. But I do think they are going to show us like New York, as I said earlier, and so we are going to have to see how they get to the Mushroom Kingdom, and that's the kind of interesting thing. Do you think they're going to revisit that scene from the first trailer? Because we see Mario appear in the Mushroom Kingdom for the first time. Like, I feel like we almost have to see that again, perhaps briefly.
We will.
Yeah.
I think 100% we will. We'll see him at least go through the warp pipe and say, what is this place? But then we'll cut to something else real quick.
So how do you think... How is Mario getting in the Mushroom Kingdom, Joey? Why is he taking this warp pipe there? How's that work out?
I didn't even think about this. I hope it's from some random toilet he's plumbing.
Yep.
And it's just him though. So that must mean Luigi got in another way, and in a completely different part of the Mushroom Kingdom, filled with all those dry bones.
Right.
Yeah, so he must be on. They must be on two separate trips or something, like two separate jobs. Mario gets sucked down a toilet. Luigi gets sucked down a sinkhole, or like a sink, literal
sink or sinkhole. Yeah, yes, a literal sinkhole. I love it.
Yes.
Joey, I'm almost wondering now. So the timing, of course, movies are all about coincidences, of course. But, it is a bit of coincidence to have Mario, our hero, although he isn't one yet, assuming, at the beginning, appear, again, I assume at the same time Bowser's going around collecting the Power Stars. I wonder if the two may not be connected. What if Bowser's, trying to, do some... I mean, I guess actually goes back to, there was a Mario Brothers movie. Maybe he's using the Power Stars, to merge dimensions or something. He's able, to cross over into, the other world where Mario comes from. Maybe that creates a warp or portal at some point where Mario is in a pipe doing what plumbers do there, and that's what teleports them into the Mushroom Kingdom, because Bowser opened a portal into it.
Or a spell from Comic went wrong, and that caused that to happen. Because I think Comic looks like he's going to be kind of an important character. I love his voice in that trailer.
It's really good.
So much. It's so funny because the voice actor Kevin Michael Richardson, he usually has a really deep voice and stuff. He was the main villain in Lilo and Stitch, if you don't remember. So he talked like this, right? And this guy's like, "Behold, the king of the Koopas." No, apparently his normal voice is like not deep or high. It's somewhere in the middle. So
that's awesome. Yeah, that was a really good voice. Like so far, the voice work has Mario's side has really impressed me. Let's see. Noah Charles the Man says, "Hey, GameXplain, do you think Mario fall in love with Peach in the movie?" Oh, I mean, I think so. I feel like
that's a really good. That depends on what Miyamoto lets them do.
We don't even know if there's a story here for sure yet. No. I mean, yeah, it is kind of Mario thing. Like, he usually gets a kiss at the end, right? Like, Peach has to kiss him here, right?
Well, peck on the cheek or the big nose he has.
That's right. I mean, I didn't think about that. Like, because it's funny at this point where, like, they've been this weird partnership for so long now where they're not really a couple, but they are at the same time, like Mario proposed to her in Mario Odyssey and she just shot him down. So
well, that was okay. First of all, Mario's timing during that situation
wasn't great.
Was very bad.
It was a little sus.
It's like we're on the moon. You just rescued me. Now you're asking for my hand in marriage, while the guy you literally just possessed is also begging for my hand in marriage. Do you really think I'm in the mood to get married? Right? Stop it.
God, I mean, it's weird because we've never seen them take like that next step, right? Like, what's that look like in a Mario movie? Like, if they because if there is a sequel, they have to build off of that, right? Like the Mario movies, almost every Mario game, like it almost hits reset. Like it doesn't even matter what happened before. But in the Mario movie, they have to continue that. Like I assume if this does well, they will make a sequel. So are we actually gonna see them become a couple in this? It feels weird to even talk about, but.
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking if I were a betting man, I'd be like, no, they're gonna be strictly platonic. I think that's what's going to happen. I don't think there's going to be a love thing going on at all.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe a little bit. Maybe he has a crush on her,
yeah,
but she doesn't feel the same way. So,
yeah, I really don't know where they're going to go with this. It's really interesting to think about. I really don't know. It's hard to imagine it in either case. Like if they don't do anything with it, that's a little weird. If they do something with it, that's a little weird. I have no idea. So I hope whatever they do, that they nail it because they need to. I still am really just curious to see what Peach's role is exactly in this. Like, is she missing? Is she kidnapped? Is she an active participant in the story this time? Is she gonna have some weird power of emotions again, like in the DS game?
I'm sure Bowser's after her power star or something. Because if there's anything to infer from that trailer, he's looking for power stars. He invades that ice kingdom led by the I just love the penguins.
Yeah, they're great.
That trailer. I'm just like, did anyone ever see them coming in the first Mario movie trailer? No. Nope. Here they are.
Yeah. No, I love that. Yeah, whole kingdom of penguins, genius. I love that. Like, and especially too with Miyamoto having like a fondness for penguins, it seems, and like penguins are big, in the Mario games, especially like through the 64 era. So
they're big, and they are big.
They are literally big.
They're very big.
Yep. Let's see. Koopa asks, Andre, will Mario save Luigi from the dry bones? We don't even know how that whole thing gets resolved. Like, in the trailer, they had that stinger scene where Luigi is running away from dry bones, ends up in the castle, and we don't know how he got there. We don't know why he's there. We don't know where he's going. Do you have any ideas or context? Are we going to find out more about that tomorrow, Joey?
I really don't know if we're going to find out about that tomorrow, but I really think that's where he got transported to the Mushroom Kingdom somehow, some way, because we know he sure as heck didn't arrive from Mario. Maybe they split off. Maybe the pipe they went down split off like a few ways, and that's how they got separated. But I really think like that's like whatever dark area of the kingdom he's in, that's where he initially landed, and I think that's how. Imagine how just terrifying that is. Poor Luigi gets sucked down a toilet or whatever, comes out the other end and is getting chased by skeleton turtles.
Yeah.
Like, no thanks.
Yeah, no kidding. Like, I mean, he doesn't even know where he is. Now he knows the skeletons are a thing that exists, like in that they are embodied, or what's the word I'm looking for? Like
disembodied.
I guess disembodied. I don't know. Yeah,
de-skinned.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, like that would be freaky as hell. Like Luigi's trying to make sense of everything at this point. He's got no idea what's going on.
His impression of the Mushroom Kingdom is way more skewed than his brother.
Yeah. No kidding. I know. I mean, Mario just has to worry about like mushrooms, like poisonous mushrooms. Oh, big deal. And talking ones too, I guess. But I suspect we'll see more of Luigi, but I don't think we're going to get much more context into what happened there exactly. Like, I think that's going to be, like, we'll see, like, I mean, I think we're going to, like I said earlier, we're going to see an opening with the Mushroom King, or sorry, New York and how it gets to the Mushroom Kingdom. Then we're going to see, like, a series of, like, just, quick-paced scenes that just offer off, one or two lines that really don't fill us in on the whole on what's going on, I think. But,
and to top it all off, they don't need to show much of the plot for this movie. It's like when the Star Wars sequels started, or even the prequels, I think, too. Star Wars was so hotly anticipated, you didn't need to explain anything in the trailers.
Yeah.
You just needed to end it with Star Wars. This is the case with the Mario movie. Granted, they're showing us still more of the plot than those Star Wars trailers ever did, but they don't need to like go into much detail, really.
Yeah, and I don't know if there's going to be that much to go into detail of. I mean, maybe there is, but this isn't a movie that necessarily needs a complicated plot or one that's unexpected. All they need is a story that holds together enough to bring these characters, to life. And
exactly.
That's really what this is more about. It's almost, I don't want to undermine Avatar. I think it actually has a good story, but it's not a complicated story. And
not at all.
For the same reason, too, like, it's there to act as a bones in which they build this awesome world. And that's really what they just need to do here, too. But if it has some surprises in there, too, hey, I'm all there for it, so.
Me too.
Like, the fact that they're already separating Mario and Luigi is kind of interesting. Like, I don't know if I necessarily expected that, so.
Me either. Yeah, that's really cool that they're doing that. And Luigi's out there. But I love how they're capitalizing on like the horror part of Luigi by already just him getting chased by dry bones and running into this castle that looks haunted AF.
Yeah, yes it does. It looks a little creepy. So yeah, I guess Joey, to kind of start wrapping it up here, what are you most excited for potentially tomorrow? Like, if you had to point at one thing, what are you most excited to potentially see here?
I'm nervous and excited to hear more Chris Pratt Mario.
Yeah.
That's where it's like, man, if they don't give us enough of his voice throughout this entire marketing run, that's a bad sign.
It is. I agree. I think we will get more, just because the longer they hold off on showing us more, the worse it's going to be. The sooner they can get familiar with that voice and used to it, so it doesn't sound strange coming out of Mario, that's going to work to their benefit. Boss Guy says, can't wait for the GameXplain video pointing out every single reference in the movie. I know, I can't either. We're gonna be busy tomorrow. It's gonna be fun. So,
oh yeah.
Koopa says, Andre, if Donkey Kong appears in the third trailer, I think it's possible. I think there is a chance that we don't see Donkey Kong tomorrow. Again, we don't even know his role in the movie. Like, he actually could be that post-credits scene, maybe.
He could have a very small part in the movie too. I mean, the way they announced the cast too back in that Nintendo Direct. They grouped. No, actually, Seth Rogen had his own slide, so I don't know. Maybe that's the case because they like grouped it so like the minor characters took up like 3 different per slide. But yeah.
I mean, I guess
if you know what I'm talking.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that they did like announce him in that way does suggest he has to have some kind of like. It has to be more than just a cameo. I feel like.
I think so too.
I don't think they would have teased in that way. Disney Dunker, the $2 super chat says next Nintendo movie. We actually answered this earlier. I think Kirby or Zelda, and then.
Whether it's a movie or a show, that remains to be seen. But whatever next media thing Nintendo's going to do, it's going to be one of those two.
Indeed. Someone asked if I played Diddy Kong Racing already on stream. I have not. I wanted to. I haven't gotten around to it yet. I don't know when I'll be able to. Unfortunately, the Mario movie really throws off my planned schedule for the week. So
that throws off. Yeah, like that threw off everything.
Like that was such a surprise. A Monday announcement for a trailer tomorrow for something we weren't even expecting to see this soon. And if we were, it was going to be at the Game Awards. Like. I guess real quick, I don't know. I forget we ever circled back to it, Joey. Do you think we'll see Mario movie at the Game Awards at all now?
I think if we do, we're not going to see anything new. We're only going to see. We're not going to see anything more of the movie that we haven't already seen. I don't know if you brought this idea, but maybe Jack Black performing there.
Yeah, I think I did mention that. I don't know if it was my idea, but I don't know if we see any new footage, but I do think for sure. That we will see. Because, I mean, look, Jeff Keighley's all about the Hollywood thing, right? He loves having actors there.
He loves it.
He loves
so
it.
Much.
There's no way he's not going to have a Mario movie actor there talking about the Mario movie in some capacity. It just doesn't make sense to avoid that. So,
I think, maybe Jack Black will announce the best performance winner. That's probably the extent of it.
It is possible. Like, it was Kit that mentioned it originally. The idea that we could maybe have a scene of him singing. It just makes. I mean, I feel like that could be the case. Like, if Jack Black is there, they probably would have a scene from the movie of him singing. It just makes sense. So I don't know. I don't know if I believe that's going to happen, but I could totally see that happening.
Yeah, well, guess we'll find out in less than a week. It's already going to be crazy busy 2 weeks already. That's wild, that's man.
Good. All right, Joey, what's your hype for tomorrow? What are you at?
I'm at an 8. I'm at a big solid 8, maybe a little more than that. I'm just excited to see another trailer for this movie in general, no matter what's in it.
I am at a 10, baby. A rare 10. I am all the way hyped. That leak actually really pushed me over the edge. Like, with seeing New York there, or again, a new donk that is effectively New York, I'm so hyped. That is what I wanted from the Mario movie. I mean, I was gonna say a Mario movie. That's what we had from the first Mario movie too. So I'm glad to have it back. I'm glad they're going with the original origin story. Thank God, because Mario is a middle-aged plumber from New York, and that's how it should be. So yes,
I refuse to believe I'm older than Mario.
Yeah,
stop it, Miyamoto.
Exactly right. Yes, perpetually,
right?
Yeah. We got some more super chats. Dizzy Duncan says, "What if Fire Emblem is next?" Oh man.
That would make a good Netflix anime.
Yep, I was thinking that. Exactly. Netflix anime 100%. Definitely not a movie, I don't think. Tom Green 99 with the $2 super chat as well. Thank you. Says, will Bowser play the sax a boom?
I think so. I don't know what a sax a boom is. I just think it's a sax. Because I'm pretty sure Jack Black brought a sax with him at New York Comic Con when he did the voice. So I think that was a hint at something.
Oh, someone asked earlier, do we think we'll see the Mario Kart scene here based on the leaked toys that seem to suggest there be a Mario Kart?
I think those toys are purely random. I don't think they hint at anything.
I'm not convinced they hint at anything either. I feel like that seems like that'd be a weird thing to shoehorn in there. That would be like a pod race of this movie. So, let me think here. What else? There was one thing I wanted to bring up. I'm drawing a blank now, though. Maybe I'm out. Maybe that's it. That might be it.
You're down for the count, Andre. You're down for the count.
I think I'm so hyped just to see more of this movie. I just can't wait to hear more of Mario, see Peach. I really want to see her, and to see how she relates to these characters. Like, are we going to see them meet? I suspect we'll see maybe Mario Peach meet in this trailer tomorrow. You know,
they're gonna lock eyes. And it'll be purely platonic.
Mario's going to be hanging upside down as Peach goes in for the kiss.
What is this, Spider Mario? Stop it.
Yeah, I'm also curious to see like whether Easter eggs I have in there or references to the game. I just can't wait. I'm so excited for this. Like, I've not had like this level like of sheer excitement in quite some time. So
seriously, it's earned already. Like it just like a Chris Pratt voice aside. I don't even say aside. I don't think I'm gonna be that bothered by that voice.
It's not gonna ruin the movie.
Yeah, it's really not. A lot of people are saying they need to. We bullied them into fixing Sonic. We can bully them fixing. No, it's not. Like, that Sonic design would have broken that movie.
Yeah.
This is fine.
Yeah.
It's fine, guys.
Like,
at the very least, they might recast him if there's a part 2, maybe. But I don't think that's going to happen.
I don't think so either. Yeah. I mean, the absolute worst case is Mario just sounds like a dude. Like, that's the worst case. He just sounds like a normal dude. And yeah, so that won't be the thing that breaks this movie. Like, for as excited as I am, like, we still don't, we don't know what the story is. We don't know. There's a lot we don't know. So it could still fall apart, but everything I've seen so far, based on the official media, the leaks, it really does seem to suggest that they know what they're doing here, and that makes me so freaking happy.
Yeah, and one more super chat from Tom Green 99. What are the chances they start in NCU and have Link? Okay, so we talked a little bit about the NCU. It's probably not possible, at least right now, and probably never will be, just because it's just so ambitious, right? Have Link there? I mean, that also kind of just makes things more confusing and stuff, so probably not.
Yeah, no, I don't see that yet. If they do a crossover, it would be sometime down the line after they've introduced other movies, and it wouldn't be as organic as Avengers has been.
Not at all. Yeah, not at all.
So honestly, I think it actually is a stretch at this point. Like, I think Nintendo's focusing purely on, okay, Mario movie is a success. What next? What other IP makes sense to do something similar with? They may already be working on it. Who knows? But yeah. All right, I think we're about done here, everyone. Joey, any final comments before we wrap it up?
Go see it on my birthday, April 7th. And if you go see this movie on launch day or release day, congratulations, you're celebrating my birthday with me. So thank you so much.
I love it. Everyone else, thank you so much for watching. We'll be back tomorrow with our live reaction to the trailer, along with tons of post coverage as well. Discussions, Easter egg videos, in-depth breakdowns, comparisons. We'll have it all. Stay tuned for that. Should be a lot of fun. And yeah, it's tomorrow at 2 p.m. Pacific time, 5 p.m. Eastern. So a little later in the day, depending on where you're at, but should be a ton of fun. I can't wait. I'm super excited. I'm at 10, so we'll probably start our stream a bit early, maybe even an hour early. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But
Yeah.
stay tuned for that, everyone. We'll catch you later. Bye.